Okay, so really quick. To start our objective, okay, you guys are going to be using your knowledge of vocabulary to do an interactive word wall. And I'll explain what that means. It sounds confusing now, okay, but we're going to go over it. So two things you're going to do. First thing, you are orally, so speaking-wise, you're going to explain how vocabulary words are connected, and then at the end, and I'll tell you who's going to do that, you're going to be writing a summary about our story, Immigrants Today. Okay, so to start, we'll have a quick do now about preserving culture. Then we'll get into groups. I assign the groups based off of the work from yesterday. Okay, I'm going to give you roles, directions, an example, and then you'll do the work, and then a summary. Okay, so to start, do now. Don't go look at any groups this year. Okay, your do now. This is going to take like 3 minutes. Okay, I want you to write, what are some ways immigrants can preserve their culture? Okay, think about our story, Immigrants Today. What does preserve mean? To keep something going, to keep it alive, right? So how can immigrants preserve their culture? Okay, we read about it in the story. Okay, give me some examples, 3 to 5 minutes. All right, get working. Two more minutes. One minute. Five responses. Submit. You don't want to miss the groupings or the directions. 30 seconds. All right. Who can give me some examples? How can immigrants preserve their culture? Chris. By doing what? A little louder. What'd you say? By doing what? By making food, special foods, right? So we've talked about that, right? Different types of foods that might be cooked from certain cultures. Okay, that's one reason. Good example. What else?
Using their culture, representing their culture.
By preserving your culture, but how?
No, representing.
Representing. What do you mean, representing?
By showing that their culture is good.
How would you show your culture?
Like selling stuff or dressing on.
maybe a certain attire, what you wear for clothes, right? Different cultures might dress differently. How else?
Representing the cultural flag.
But maybe by having your cultural flag.
I was gonna say that.
Okay? That's one example. What else? How else can you preserve your culture? Doing traditions from your country, like what? What kind of traditions? Cinco de Mayo is an example. That is talking about festivals. Easter is an example of a holiday, right? Festivals, holidays. How else can you preserve your culture? We have food, how you dress, your flag, festivals, holidays. How else? People with AirPods. How else? Well, what do you have in AirPods usually? You hear what? What do you listen to? Music, right? Music's another way. You can preserve your culture through music. How else? Kind of goes similar with music. Instead to listen, might also.
Looking at the, you can look at lives from your country, like
You can look at what from your country?
videos, like
Videos from your country. You could go on the computer, right? What else could you do?
look at Facebook.
Dance, right? Dance goes along with music. A lot of cultures have different dances, right? That goes along with their culture. Okay, all different ways of preserving your culture. Any questions? Okay, we're good with that, right? Now, we're going to get into some groups. We're going to be talking basically what we just talked about, but using all of our vocabulary. So, let me go back to Tuesday. I'm going to publish your groups. So we have 4 groups, a red, blue, green, and purple. That is very small. Okay, I am going to have the red group. If you're in red group, you're going to the front of the class here. Blue will be the back corner. Okay, green will be over here, and purple right there. Okay, let's get to your groups. Close your computers, you don't need them. Computers closed, red in the front, over here. Blue, back there with no guys. Green, up here. And purple in the middle. Alright, let's get in our groups. Quickly, quickly. Green, up here. Red, over there. Blue, and purple in the middle. Red. Anthony, Maria, over there. Yep, over there. I need purple. Who am I missing? Oh, this is green, right? Green. We have Christopher over here. You guys are down 1 person. Denira's not here, so you only have 3. And who else is missing? Purple, you're missing Sierra.
Hell no.
Okay? Quickly. Now, in your groups, what is going to happen? Each group, listen, each group will have a role. You're going to need your desk together. You're going to need all the desks together. We'll do that in a minute though, okay? Each group will have a role, or each member in your group. So the first person will be, I'm going to put an F for facilitator. Any idea what that means?
No idea.
Facilitator. So it's your job. It's your job to make sure that everyone in your group is on task. If the next person is supposed to go, for example, if I'm facilitating, it's Chris's turn, I'm going to say, Chris, it's your turn. Once Chris goes, then I might say, Brenda, it's your turn. Okay, you're in charge. Make sure everyone's on task. Okay? And then I'm just going to go in order. So then the next one will be the timekeeper. So you're just going to make sure, I'm going to give you some times. Make sure you're staying on that time. If maybe you're taking too long on something, get back on track. So that will be Anthony, Shavir, Brenda, and Alejandro. Okay, the recorder. What does the recorder do?
Record video.
records everything, right? So they have like the writer. So I'm going to put a W. So Maria, Alexis, not here. Arlene, you're going to have 2 jobs probably. Okay? And Marvin. And then the last one, what's the reporter's job?
Explain.
The reporter is going to report out. They're going to explain what you guys wrote down. So I will put an R for that one. And I'm sorry, my recorders are also going to be my recorders. Okay, so you're going to do the writing and the talk. Fun. Okay? So, what are we doing? Everyone do with their roles. Can I erase that?
Yes.
Okay.
What
Now, what are you? You're the facilitator. Make sure everyone's on task. You really need to know the direction. Facilitators.
Yeah.
You guys are like the little mini teachers of the group. Okay?
What about people that don't have a letter?
Everyone has a letter. The only people that didn't were absent. Okay? Now, I'm going to publish these examples, but I will go over it because it looks very confusing to start. Okay, here's an example of an interactive word wall. What does interactive mean, first of all?
To talk to someone.
You talk, you interact with your group. Okay, you're talking, you're giving examples, you're putting your input in. What is it? This is going to be a hard question. What's a wall?
What?
A wall.
It's that.
Yeah, those. And what are words?
A wall.
Words on a wall. A word wall is just this. Words on a wall. Over there on that corner. Okay? Interactive means you're going to be moving those words around and talking with your group about it. Okay? So, what's going to happen? The facilitator, so whoever the facilitator is going to determine the order. Okay? You're going to determine who goes next. Is it clockwise or counterclockwise? Okay? And then when it's your turn, you're going to have a bag, these bags right here. Okay? You're going to have a bag with all vocabulary words. You're going to pick any vocabulary word, and you are going to connect it to another vocabulary word with an arrow showing the connection. I'm going to explain that. You can do that. Okay? So when you make that connection, you would explain to your group why that word is related or how it's used in the story. And again, just like what you asked, right? You can do 2 vocabulary words together that are connected. Okay? Or you can do multiple connections. And I'll show you in the example what I mean by that. Okay? And then this is where my recorders and reporters come into play. At the end, you're going to write a brief summary based on the vocabulary on your desk, okay, about immigrants today, which we should already have an idea of a summary. Okay? Now, let's get to the example. Okay, so for example, the first word started here was school. Okay? And then let's say Brenda came up, she picked computer. And she put computer here, and with an arrow, and then she said, how are they connected? How's a computer and school connected? You use your computer at school. Okay? She's done, then Chris would go. Okay? And Chris would pick, let's say Chris picked Schoology. He put Schoology next to computer. And he put an arrow. Why are they connected? You need your computer to go on to Schoology to do your work. And then let's say Marvin goes next. And he's like, I don't want to talk about Schoology. Let me pull learning. So he puts learning here. And then he draws an arrow from school to learning. And why are those connected? You go to school to learn. Right? This is obviously a very simple example. Okay? And then there's all these words left over here. Who wants to do an example? Go ahead. Want to come up here? Or no?
No.
Pick a word. One of these 4 at the bottom. And I don't know why I put homework twice.
Yes.
Okay. Where am I going to put that? Huh? Study. Which, okay.
Language.
And then, so what I would do is I would grab an arrow. Let me turn that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Struggling, guys. I would grab my arrow. And then you would tell me, well, why is that connected?
Because it is like, it helps you. Yes, I was like already.
Studying. Oh, studying helps you in ESL class. Okay, now there's other words left. Someone from this side, pick one of these words. Speaking or homework.
Homework.
Or you can do homework again. It's 2 homeworks. What is it connected to? Study. Good. I'm happy you made that connection. So, and I would draw my arrow from homework to study. Now, what do you have to do now? Now you have to explain. Why did you pick study? Out of any word, you pick study. Why? You have to study to have good grades. You have to do your homework to help you study. Right? That's how those are connected. Any questions? Do we understand how this is going to work? Yes? 1 minute. Okay, so now turn your desks so they're facing each other. So they're all connected. Okay? And then we have our bags. Now you can't listen to bags. You can't make fun of me for these bags. Okay? I need these bags back when you are done. Because they do not have money, but they are Joey's bags. That character. Red group. Do you want Toy Story, Cars, Monsters Inc., or Incredibles? Incredibles? You listen, you can't lose them though, they're Joey's. That's why I package snacks in. Okay, blue group. What do you want? Toy Story, come get it. I don't think I can reach from there. What do you guys want? Monsters Inc. or Cars? Monsters Inc. it is. And then Cars. Okay, so what I want each group to do, you're going to empty your bags. I want you to turn over all of the words so you can see them. Okay, turn over all the words if you want. You can make a pile of the arrows, but you need to see all the words. Every group is going to start with the same word. What word is that? What word are we going to start with?
Cars.
Not cars. School. No, we're talking about immigrants today now. Not school. Immigrant. We are going to start everyone with the word immigrant. So now my facilitator. Facilitators are going to go first. You can pick any word from your pile of words and tell me how is that word related or connected to immigrant. And then you are going to determine the order. Is it going to go